Hello and welcome to Life at the Laundry Garden. Today I'm going to be planting up the trough with my tulips from Crocus. Yes, I know you're all probably saying it's really late. Well, I have always planted my tulips in the trough at this time of year and they've been absolutely fine. So let me show you how I do it. And here it is. My sister-in-law gave me this a few years ago and it has been a fantastic way to decorate this part of the house. This is our boot room here. Just behind me is my kitchen window and I look out of that every day onto this. So it matters to me that it looks as good as it can be for as many months as possible. And that is why I plant tulips and dahlias in it, because they give me months and months of absolute joy. Okay, I'm going to show you what's inside. At the base of the trough there are lots of drainage holes, and over those drainage holes I've just placed beveled old crock pots, and that just stops the drainage holes from blocking when I place the soil over them, and it just provides an extra way of the water running out so that this does not get waterlogged. The biggest thing to be careful of when planting things like tulips, or any plants for that matter, is to make sure there's really good drainage. And you can see these pots have all got at least a beveled area to them, and they're just placed over the drainage holes like so. And then I can start shoveling in just a very thin layer of compost. Now I've got a mixture in here of our own compost, some leftover used compost from the trough, and a couple of spadefuls of grit just to add extra drainage. So I'm going to put a layer of that in now. I'm going to get some gloves on. Now this trough takes a lot of earth, and I just want to be careful not to knock the crocks at the bottom as well. I've also added in here as well a little bit of spring mix, which is a mixture of bark, leaf mulch and compost as well. Now you're going to be quite surprised on how deep I plant my tulips. Right, we've got a good wheelbarrows full at the base now, which has just about covered all the crocks. Next up, I'm going to be putting the tulips in, and I'm going to quickly show you as a reminder what they are. Here they are. This is the Crocus Brandy Snap collection, which consists of Slaughter and Orange Cassini and Havarn. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. We've got 60 of the orange and 60 of the Havarn and about 15 of the Slaughter. And I'm going to mix them all up in here, but what more importantly that I want to show you is how deep they're going to be planted. My rule of thumb is to plant your tulip the depth from your wrist to your elbow. That's my gauge. So if you think your tulip's going to go there and grow up to here, and now I know that seems really deep, but that's how deep all of my tulips go when they go into pots. And I honestly believe that that helps prevent any little pesky squirrels digging deep into them, and hopefully mice getting in, but they'd have a job getting into this trough. And also the dogs are in the boot room the other side, and they'd certainly have a good bark at them if they hear any scurrying. Right, let's get them all in. Oh, it's chilling off. Right, so here's a bulb. Now watch now. As I put my hand in here, the bottom of the bulb down here, and this is where my elbow is, and that is level with the top of the trough. And I'm going to space these out evenly first, and then I'm going to put the havern in next, and then just dot through the slower. And here they all are. Ready to be covered up, ready for April. This is probably going to take at least another 2, maybe 3 wheelbarrows full of mixed soil and compost and grit. And then what I'll do is I will bring over the wallflowers and place them in, and then plant them, and then put a nice top dressing of some lovely peat-free compost. Okay, so we are now 3 wheelbarrows full in here, and I've got definitely 1 more here, and I've brought over my wallflowers. They look very pathetic and sorry, and that's obviously because the slugs have had them. I've lost over half of them, unfortunately, but as long as there's some leaf growth, I'm not giving up hope on these ones. And I have planted ones that look this ropey before now, and they've been absolutely fine, and they did come on. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and hope that they're okay. Correction, I think I'm going to need at least another wheelbarrow full. This is just not deep enough. I need another layer here. And it's going to be dark soon. We can do this. Right, off I run. Bearing in mind, my compost heap is all the way over there, but never mind. Okay, all the wallflowers are in. Fingers crossed we get something from them. I'm forever the optimist, me. And it's almost dark, and it's such an accomplishment to have done this. It feels so good. Boy, am I ready for my cup of tea now. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you next week. Bye.